Not everyone starts their day at the same time, or in the same way. But no matter when or how, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is there to help you power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop.
Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Primo Processing, located in Hondo, Texas, strives to find the finest, best prime meats and wild game available in the market. We care for all of our customers and maintain the strictest quality standard. Food brings us all together, and we want everyone to experience this feeling of togetherness over our delicious food. Come by our store or order online and have your food delivered straight to your door. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Located on Highway 90 on County Road 432 in Hondo, Texas, we pride ourselves in great customer service. We offer quality prime beef, Wagyu beef, fajitas, parrilla, year-round wild game processing, guaranteed return of your meat, ranch pickup service, and gift baskets here at Primo Processing in Hondo, Texas.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
There's power in the simplest of actions. Like one neighbor helping another. Where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to your electric cooperative. And we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on.
Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Primo Processing, located in Hondo, Texas, strives to find the finest, best prime meats and wild game available in the market. We care for all of our customers and maintain the strictest quality standard. Food brings us all together, and we want everyone to experience this feeling of togetherness over our delicious food. Come by our store or order online and have your food delivered straight to your door. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Located on Highway 90 on County Road 432 in Hondo, Texas, we pride ourselves in great customer service. We offer quality prime beef, Wagyu beef, fajitas, parisa, year-round wild game processing, guaranteed return of your meat, ranch pickup service, and gift baskets here at Primo Processing in Hondo, Texas. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's District 31 1A basketball matchup between the Utopia Lady Buffs and your D'Hanis Cowgirls, live here on D'Hanis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube tonight. We'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors: Medina Electric Co-op, Primo's Processing, Main Street Mercantile, and Cowboy Pest Control Services. You're introducing your D'Hanis Cowgirls. Number 1, Peyton Burrow. Number 2, Cammie Johnson. Number 3, Ashton Ralph. Number 4, Riley Philippi. Number 5, Sage Everett. Number 10, Ellie Lutz. Number 11, Cooper Zachary. Number 12, Alicia Garcia. Number 14, Kylie Thompson. Number 15, Peyton Beard. Number 20, Marina Aguilar. And number 25, Ruby Joyner. And introducing the visiting Utopia Lady Buffs under head coach J.C. McCarty. Number 1, Macy Rhodes. Number 2, Kinsley Cox. Number 3, Riley McCutcheon. Number 5, Emily Wukamp. Number 5, Sabrina Nelson. Number 11, Sarah Beth Tundry. Number 13, Alexis Long. Number 20, Riley Nunn. Number 23, Kaden McCarty. And number 40, Morgan Rhodes. Once again, this is District 31 1A basketball action here live from Roy College Gymnasium. And coming up at the half, the D'Hanis Cowgirl basketball team will honor Alicia Garcia for scoring 1,000 points last game. So we're going to have a little presentation coming up at the half. And starting on the floor for your Cowgirls, number 2, Cammie Johnson. Number 3, Ashton Ralph. Number 4, Riley Philippi. Number 12, Alicia Garcia. And number 14, Kylie Thompson. And the tip is won by the Buffaloes. Ball's controlled by Kinsley Cox. And the starters for the Lady Buffs: Kinsley Cox, Riley McCutcheon, Sabrina Nelson, Kaden McCarty, and Morgan Rhodes. As Garcia brings the ball up the court for the Cowgirls. Swings it over to Philippi. Back up top to Ralph. Swings it over to Johnson.
Up top to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Cox. Johnson dribbles. Pass down low to Johnson. Johnson goes up, and they're going to say that possession arrow will remain with the Hennis underneath the basket as Riley Philippi will inbound for the Cowgirls. They're going to say it was a tie-up. Philippi inbounds to Garcia. Garcia swings it over to Johnson. Johnson looking for someone down low. Dribbles, drives. Lost control, regained control. Back up top to Thompson. Over back to Johnson. Johnson over to Philippi. Philippi finds Garcia underneath the basket. Garcia puts up the shot, and it is good. So Alicia Garcia gets on the board first for the Cowgirls. As the loose ball is picked up by Kinsley Cox. Gives the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes guarded by Ralph, and they're going to say that her foot was on the line. Ball will go over to the Hennis with 6:25 here in the first quarter. As Riley Philippi to inbound to Cammie Johnson. And Garcia will bring the ball up for the Hennis as she's guarded by Kinsley Cox. Ball over to Thompson. Thompson dribbles. Swings it up top to Philippi, over to Johnson. Johnson bounce pass down low to Ralph. And they're going to pass the ball inside of Philippi, but they're going to call the foul on number 3, Riley McCutcheon. That's going to be her first foul. So the Hennis will inbound underneath the basket. Philippi looking for someone, finds Johnson and goes over their head and out of bounds. Ball will go back over to the Lady Buffs. Sabrina Nelson, the inbound for Utopia. Gives the ball to Rhodes. Over to McCutcheon. Back to Rhodes. Rhodes dribbles. Bounce pass to McCutcheon. Up top to Nelson. And then Kinsley Cox. McCarty puts up the shot. Rebounded by Kylie Thompson. Cammie Johnson bringing the ball down the court quickly. And puts up the shot. And it's going to be rebounded by Rhodes. And they're going to say McCutcheon traveled. And Philippi inbounds the ball to Garcia. And the ball's knocked out of bounds off of Kinsley Cox. 5:29 here in the first quarter. Philippi once again will inbound for the Cowgirls to Garcia. Garcia gets a screen from Thompson. And they're going to say a moving screen on Kylie Thompson. That's going to be her first foul. So the ball will go back over to Utopia. Sabrina Nelson to inbound to Kinsley Cox. Cox fires a pass to McCarty. Ball will remain with the Lady Buffs. Nelson inbounds the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes swings it over to McCutcheon. Over to Cox. Back up top to Rhodes. And pass intended for McCutcheon. Stolen by Garcia. Finds a wide open Kylie Thompson, who puts up the shot. And they're going to say that possession arrow will go over to Utopia. She was tied up. So Nelson the inbound to Rhodes. Rhodes guarded by Garcia. Rhodes fires it over the middle to McCutcheon, who finds Cox, puts up the shot, rebounded by Philippi. And they're going to call the foul on number 3, Riley McCutcheon. That's going to be her second. And checking in for the Lady Buffs is number 4, Emily Wookamp, for Riley McCutcheon. On the floor for your Cowgirls, Alicia Garcia, Cammie Johnson, Riley Philippi. Kylie Thompson and Ashton Ralph. As Garcia brings the ball up the court. Garcia dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. Rebounded by Ralph. Ralph goes back up, and she's going to get fouled and sent to the free throw line for 2 shots. As she is fouled by number 23, Kaden McCarty. So Ashton Ralph to shoot 2. First free throw attempt from Ralph is up and good.
Box out. Push back. Go.
And the second shot is rebounded by Rhodes. Rhodes being guarded by Garcia. Fires it over to Cox. Cox back to Rhodes. And they're going to say loose ball will go over. Out of bounds, go over to DeHennis. 4:28 here in the first quarter. Philippi inbounds the ball to Garcia. Garcia gives the ball back to Philippi. Philippi brings the ball over. Back up top to Garcia. Garcia over to Ralph. Over to Philippi. Philippi looking for some movement. Back over to Alicia Garcia. Cross-court pass. Off. Shot is up. And rebounded by Rhodes. Into the hands of McCarty. Kinsley Cox puts up a 3. And it is good. And we're tied up at 3 apiece with 3 minutes and 50 seconds here in the first quarter. Garcia bounce pass inside to Kylie Thompson. Beautiful pass and assist from Alicia Garcia to Kylie Thompson. Stolen by Johnson. Bounce pass down low to Garcia, who puts up the shot, and it is good. Cowgirls applying pressure in the backcourt. Rhodes stolen by Johnson once again. Cammie Johnson looking to set up the offense for the Cowgirls. Swings it over to Philippi. Over to Ralph. Over to Philippi. Philippi inside pass to Alicia Garcia, who threw it back up off the backboard. It's good. 6 points for Alicia Garcia here in the first quarter. And the Lady Buffs will call timeout with 2 minutes and 58 seconds. We'll be right back in just a moment.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Back out on the floor for your Cowgirls. Ashton Ralph, Cammie Johnson, Kylie Thompson, Riley Philippi, and checking in is number 11, Cooper Zachary. As Philippi inbounds the ball, Johnson, bounce pass over to Ralph. Back to Johnson, bounce pass inside intended for Thompson, back into the hands of Johnson. Philippi dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, and it's rebounded by Emily Rukamp. Gives the ball to Kinsley Cox. Swings it back over to Rhodes. To McCourty. McCarty swings it over to Wukamp. Back up top to Morgan Rhodes. Over to McCarty for 3. And the ball is rebounded by Wukamp. And the shot is put up by Cox off the backboard. Rebounded by Rhodes. Saved into the hands of Kylie Thompson. And Ralph swings it over to Philippi. Over to Johnson. Bounce pass down low to Zachary, and they're going to say tie up by Kinsley Cox and Cooper Zachary. And the possession arrow remains with DeHennis with 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Philippi gives the ball to Cammie Johnson. Johnson dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, And she's going to get fouled and sent to the free throw line for 2 shots. That's going to be the first foul on Morgan Rhodes. First attempt from Johnson is up and short. As number 1, Macy Rhodes checks in for the Lady Buffs for Morgan Rhodes. Second attempt coming up from Johnson. Second shot from Johnson is off the backboard and good. So Cox brings the ball up for the Lady Buffs, splits 2 defenders, swings it over to McCarty. McCarty dribbles back over to Nelson. Nelson over to Wukamp, dribbles the baseline, puts up the shot, deflected into the hands of Philippi. And Cammie Johnson slows things down for the Cowgirls, swings it back to Philippi. Philippi over to Ralph. Ralph dribbling back up top to Riley Philippi, over to Johnson. And bounce pass down low intended for Zachary. Cowgirls turn the ball over into the hands of Wukamp. And Cox swings it over to Rhodes. Back up top to Cox. Over to Wukamp. Back up top to Cox. Inside pass intended for the Lady Buffs into the hands of Ashton Ralph, who dribbles, drives, loses control of the ball, regains control, puts up the shot, and she's going to get fouled. They're going to call the foul. Number 2, Kinsley Cox. With exactly 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. First free throw attempt from Ralph is off the front of the rim. And checking in for the Cowgirls are number 5, Sage Everett, and number 15, Peyton Beard, for Riley Philippi and Cammie Johnson. Second attempt from Ralph coming up. It is up and off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Nelson. Wukamp gives the ball to Cox. As we're under a minute, Cox bounced pass to Rhodes. Loose ball picked up by Beard into the hands of Ralph. Ralph dribbling down the court, and she's going to get fouled by number 1, Macy Rhodes. And heading back to the free throw line is Ashton Ralph for 2 free throws. That is a 6th foul on the Lady Buffs. And the first free throw is up and good. New rule this year. After 5 fouls, it's an automatic 2 shots. There's no more 1-and-1. Second attempt from Ralph is up and off the back of the rim. And they're going to say tied up. As Nelson set to inbound for the Lady Buffs, gives the ball to Cox. 38 seconds, over to Wukamp. Loose ball to Tundry. Picked up by Thompson, who dribbles down the court. Puts up the shot. Rebounded by Cox. 25 seconds. Cox pushing the ball down the court, puts up 3. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Zachary. Ralph with 16 seconds. Swings it over to Everett. Back up top to Ralph. Thompson, 7 seconds inside of Beard. Beard puts up the shot. And they're going to say a tie-up between Cox and Beard. Possession arrow will remain with the Cowgirls. And checking in for the Hennis is number 20, Marina Aguilar, for Kylie Thompson with 5 seconds. And Zachary bounce pass intended for Everett. And possession arrow will go over to the Lady Buffs with 3.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nelson inbounds the ball to Cox. And that will be the end of the first quarter, with your D'Hanis Cowgirls leading the Utopia Lady Buffs 11-3. We'll be back for second quarter action in just a minute.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here live from Roy College Gymnasium for District 31-1A basketball action with your D'Hanis Cowgirls leading after the end of 11-3 over the Utopia Lady Buffs. Once again, we'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors, Medina Electric Co-op, Primos Processing, Main Street Mercantile, and Cowboy Pest Control Services. Reminder, coming up at the half, we're going to have a little quick ceremony honoring Alicia Garcia as she earned her 1,000 points in her basketball career last game. So on the floor for your Cowgirls, Riley Philippi, Alicia Garcia, Sage Everett, Cooper Zachary, and Marina Aguilar. Garcia, guarded by Cox. Swings it over to Zachary. Bounce pass to Philippi. Philippi from the jumper. Puts a jumper up and rebounded by the Buffs. Cox, guarded by Garcia, swings it over to Rhodes. Cross-court pass to Woocamp. Back up top to Cox. Over to Rhodes. To Tundry. Pass down low intended for Nelson into the hands of Cooper Zachary. And Garcia. Over to Aguilar. Up top to Zachary. Swings it over to Everett. Up top to Philippi. Garcia dribbles. Puts up the shot. And Alicia Garcia will get sent to the free throw line for 2 free throws. They're going to call the foul on number 2, Kinsley Cox. That's going to be her second. First free throw is up and off the front of the rim, as number 23, Kaden McCarty, will check in for number 5, Sabrina Nelson. With 6:49 here in the second quarter. Second attempt from Garcia is off the side of the rim, rebounded by McCarty. And stolen by Garcia, and Garcia loses control of the ball. And the ball will remain with D'Hanis underneath the basket. They're going to say it went off the Lady Buffs. And the ref's going to overturn it now. It's going to say Lady Buffs ball. As Cox to inbound. Over to Woocamp. Guarded by Everett. Zachary. Ball's thrown into the hands of Macy Rhodes. Rhodes dribbles, drives, finds McCarty. And Cox for 3. The ball will go out of bounds and over to D'Hanis with 6:23 here remaining in the first half. As number 3, Ashton Ralph, Cammie Johnson, and Kylie Thompson checking back in for D'Hanis. For Sage Everett, Marina Aguilar, and Cooper Zachary. Philippi inbounds. Actually, they're going to have another sub come in for the Lady Buffs. Morgan Rhodes and Riley McCutcheon checking for Sarah Beth Tundry. Philippi brings the ball up the court. Dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, and it is good for Riley Philippi. And the ball will go off the foot of Rhodes as the Cowgirls apply pressure in the backcourt. Philippi to inbound to Garcia. Garcia swings it over to Ralph. Ralph will get called for traveling as she took an extra step. With exactly 6 minutes remaining here in the first half, Cowgirls leading by 10, 13-3 over the Utopia Lady Buffs. As Morgan Rhodes brings the ball up for Utopia. Swings it over to Cox. Back to Rhodes. Into the hands of Woocamp. And then Philippi takes the ball, gives the ball to Garcia. Garcia dribbling, driving. Bounce pass down low to Johnson, who puts it up. It is good. 3 points for Cami Johnson here tonight. And another assist for Alicia Garcia. Johnson, Philippi. And they're going to say traveling violation on the Lady Buffs. Philippi, Garcia, Johnson, Ralph, and Thompson on the floor for your Cowgirls. Garcia swings it over to Ralph. Ralph looking for some movement. Gives the ball to Thompson up top. Back over to Johnson. Johnson looking for someone down low. Dribbles. Gives the ball intended for Philippi down low. Into the hands of Morgan Rhodes, who fires it to McCutcheon. And the ball's going to go off the Cowgirls. Ball will remain with Utopia. It's Kaden McCarty to inbound. McCarty intended for McCutcheon into the hands of Cami Johnson, who takes it up and lays it in for DeHennis. 5 points for Cami Johnson here tonight. And another traveling violation. This one's called on Morgan Rhodes, as number 5 Sabrina Nelson will check in for Emily Woocamp. As the Cowgirls pressure in the backcourt forces another turnover. Philippi gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson dribbles, guarded by Cox. Bounce pass down low to Thompson. And Cox from behind knocks the ball out of bounds off Utopia. Philippi finds Thompson underneath the basket, puts up the shot. Rebounded by Ashton Ralph, who goes back up, and they're going to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes over to Utopia with 4:35 here in the first half remaining. A near steal by Johnson. As number 3, Riley McCutcheon inbounds for the Lady Buffs. Fires it into McCarty. McCarty stops the dribble. Stolen by Garcia and blocked from behind by Rhodes. And then stolen by Ralph. Ralph to Garcia. Garcia dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. And deflected back into the hands of Ralph. Ralph finds Thompson. And then stolen by Kinsley Cox. Cox brings the ball up the court, loses control. And Johnson will get fouled by number 23, Kaden McCarty. That's going to be her second foul.
All right, settle down, girls. Take a breath.
Philippi inbounds the ball to Garcia. Over to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Cox. And head coach Jose Martinez will call a timeout, so we're going to take a timeout with him. You're watching the DeHennis Cowgirl basketball.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is there to help you power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop.
Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Roy Cow Gymnasium. Second quarter, Cowgirls leading the Utopia Lady Buffs 17-3. Once again, we'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors: Medina Electric Co-op, Primo's Processing, Main Street Mercantile, and Cowboy Pest Control Services. And coming up at the half, the DeHennis Cowgirls will honor Alicia Garcia for scoring 1,000 career points. So we're going to bring that to you live. And back out on the floor for your Cowgirls. Number 3, Ashton Ralph. Number 2, Cammie Johnson. Number 11, Cooper Zachary. Number 12, Alicia Garcia. Number 14, Kylie Thompson. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Garcia gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson bounce pass down low to Thompson, who puts up the shot and blocked from behind. They're going to call the foul, though, on number 3, Riley McCutcheon. That's going to be her 3rd foul. So Kylie Thompson to shoot 2. First free throw is up and in and out. Second attempt by Thompson is up and gets the friendly bounce. And that is Thompson's 3rd point night. McCarty brings the ball up the court for the Buffs. Swings it over to Rhodes. Bounce pass down low to McCutcheon. And then off the leg of Rhodes as number 13, Alexis Long, will check in for Riley McCutcheon. Zachary to inbound for the Cowgirls. And now they're going to overturn the call, and they're going to say the ball will go over to the Lady Buffs. So Kinsley Cox will inbound for Utopia. Back to McCarty. McCarty dribbles. Back over to Rhodes. Rhodes resets the offense for the Lady Buffs, gives the ball to Cox. Cox back to Rhodes. Rhodes bounce pass down low, intended for Nelson, off of Cooper Zachary. Actually, they're going to call the foul. On Kylie Thompson. That's going to be her 2nd foul. And checking into the game for the Cowgirls, number 15, Peyton Beard. And Beard with the rebound, gives the ball to Ralph. Fires a pass down to Cammie Johnson. Rebounded by Cooper Zachary. Puts up the shot. It is good. So Cooper Zachary gets on the board for the Cowgirls. Cox to McCarty. McCarty. Nelson. Rhodes. And they're going to say Rhodes took an extra step as Riley Philippi checks in for number 2, Cammie Johnson. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here in the first half. Philippi gives the ball to Zachary, to Garcia. Garcia dribbles. Thought about the jumper. Gives the ball out to Ralph. Back to Garcia. Over to Philippi up top. Swung it over to Ralph. Ralph dribbles, puts up the shot. Rebound by Alicia Garcia, puts up the shot. Garcia loses her shoe. And Cox will get fouled by number 3, Ashton Ralph. That'll be her 1st foul. So Sabrina Nelson, the inbound for Utopia, gives the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes over to Cox, deflected into the hands of McCarty, who puts up a 3. Rebounded by Philippi. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Garcia swings it up top to Ralph. Ralph over to Garcia. They're going to say double dribble by Ashton Ralph. So 1 minute and 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. Cowgirls in control, up by 17. As Nelson inbounds the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes dribbles, gives the ball back to Nelson. Back up top to Cox, who puts up a 3. Rebounded by Garcia. Garcia dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, and Alicia Garcia will get fouled once again and sent to the free throw line. They're going to call the foul on number 2, Kinsley Cox. That's going to be her 3rd foul. First free throw up by Alicia Garcia is up and good. Second attempt coming up for Garcia is up off the back of the rim. And rebounded by Beard, who puts up the shot. Rebounded by Philippi, gives the ball back to Garcia, who puts up the shot off the front of the rim. Rebounded by McCarty. McCarty stops her dribble, gives the ball back to Rhodes. A minute, 20 seconds. Rhodes, and they're going to say tied up between Nelson and Philippi. Possession arrow goes over to the Hennis with the minute and 14 seconds. Philippi inbounds the ball to Ralph. Back to Philippi. Philippi guarded by Nelson. Philippi brings the ball, crosses the court to Garcia. Bounce pass down low to Beard. Puts it up and in and out. Rebounded by Rhodes. And then turns the ball over as Ashton Ralph picks up the loose ball. Picks up the shot. And goes out of bounds off Utopia. Philippi to inbound. Bounce pass to Garcia. Garcia dribbles, puts up the shot. And Alicia Garcia will get sent back to the free throw line for 2 more attempts. As this time she's fouled by number 40, Morgan Rhodes. So 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. First free throw by Garcia is up and good. That is Alicia Garcia's 8 points tonight. And she looks to add 1 more. Second attempt is up and good. As Sage Everett checks in for Alicia Garcia. Nelson inbounds the ball. Loose ball picked up by the Lady Buffs. And then tied up by Everett. As Morgan Rhodes slows things down for Utopia. Back over to Rhodes. Swings it over to Nelson. Down low to Rhodes. The pass intended for Long, but it's going to go out of bounds. Ball will go over to the Cowgirls with 27 seconds. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Everett. She took an extra step with 25 seconds remaining in the first half. As Sabrina Nelson to inbound for the Lady Buffs. Over to Rhodes, who puts up the shot. Rebounded by Macy Rhodes. Over to McCarty. McCarty puts up the 3. In and out, rebounded by Philippi. Philippi. Ball is deflected out of bounds by Morgan Rhodes. 11 seconds remaining here in the first half. Philippi to inbound to Everett. Everett dribbles. Loose ball picked up by Philippi. They're going to say tied up. And the possession arrow remain with the Cowgirls with 5 seconds. Philippi inbounds the ball to Ralph. Ralph dribbles. And they're going to call the foul on number 13, Alexis Long. That's going to be her first with 3 seconds. Actually, the Cowgirls are in the bonus, so Ashton Ralph will go to the free throw line for 2 free throw attempts. First free throw is up and off the back of the rim. Second attempt from Ralph coming up. In and out. Out of bounds off of Philippi with 1 second remaining here in the first half. And that will be the end of the first half. The Hennis Cowgirls leading the Utopia Lady Buffs 23-3. We'll be back in just a minute with the halftime ceremony honoring Alicia Garcia.
High School.
As they're introducing Alicia Garcia, she scored her 1,000th career point. The first basket versus Sabinal.
We just want to recognize her tonight. After the game, for the girls and for the varsity parents, there will be some snacks and stuff in the back. But let's give one more round of applause to Alicia for her 1,000th point.
So once again, the Dejenes Cowgirls are honoring Alicia Garcia as she scored her 1,000th career point versus Sabinal. And that concludes the halftime festivities. Once again, congratulations, Alicia Garcia, on scoring 1,000 career points for the Dejenes Cowgirls.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
There's power in the simplest of actions. Like one neighbor helping another. Where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to your electric cooperative. And we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need, giving you the power to power on.
Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Primo Processing, located in Hondo, Texas, strives to find the finest, best prime meats and wild game available in the market. We care for all of our customers and maintain the strictest quality standard. Food brings us all together, and we want everyone to experience this feeling of togetherness over our delicious food. Come by our store or order online and have your food delivered straight to your door. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Located on Highway 90 on County Road 432 in Hondo, Texas, we pride ourselves in great customer service. We offer quality prime beef, Wagyu beef, fajitas, parisa, year-round wild game processing, guaranteed return of your meat, ranch pickup service, and gift baskets here at Primo Processing in Hondo, Texas.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
We like to describe Main Street Mercantile as a little piece of heaven with a wild streak. We started with the dream to bring a fabulous and unique gift selection to our small town and rural community. We have trendy clothing, home decor, accessories, and so much more. We are a destination worth a trip. Just ask anybody who's been here. Located on Highway 90 just outside of Hondo, stop in today to your new favorite store.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Royal College Gymnasium, District 31-1A basketball matchup between your D'Hanis Cowgirls and the Utopia Lady Buffs, as D'Hanis leads at the half 23-3, as the Cowgirls honored Alicia Garcia at the half. And here's the photo from halftime. As congratulations to Alicia Garcia for scoring her 1,000th career point for the D'Hanis Cowgirls basketball team. And Alicia Garcia leads all scorers at the half with 9 points, followed by 5 points by Cammie Johnson, 3 points from Kylie Thompson, 2 points from Ashton Ralph, Riley Philippi, and Cooper Zachary as we get ready to start the third quarter. On the floor for your Cowgirls, the starting five: Cammie Johnson, Ashton Ralph, Riley Philippi, Alicia Garcia, and Kylie Thompson. And on the floor for the Lady Buffs, number 5, Sabrina Nelson. Number 40, Morgan Rhodes. Number 23, Kaden McCarty. Number 2, Kinsley Cox. And number 3, Riley McCutcheon. as we get ready to start the second half. As Nelson inbounds the ball to Rhodes. Over to Cox inside of Rhodes. And the shot by McCutcheon is up and good. Garcia brings the ball up for DeHennis. Guarded by Rhodes. As Cowgirls slow the ball down just a bit. Swings it over to Philippi. Up top to Ralph. Ralph to Johnson. Johnson. Bounce pass back to Philippi. Back to Johnson. Over to Ralph up top. Over to Philippi. Back down low to Thompson, who backs down and puts up the shot off the backboard. It is good for Kylie Thompson. And knocked into the hands of McCutcheon. Puts up the shot, rebounded by Garcia. Garcia dribbles down the court, lays it up, and it is good for Alicia Garcia. 11 points for her tonight here. Rhodes pass off of Kylie Thompson. Stops the clock with 6 minutes and 46 seconds here in the third quarter. Shot is up and good for 3 points for Kinsley Cox. Garcia pass down low to Thompson. Thompson puts up the shot. They're going to say tied up. As Philippi inbounds the ball. And back into the hands of Philippi. Philippi resets the offense, swings it over to Garcia. Ralph dribbles, drives, puts up the floater, and it is good for Ashton Ralph. That is 4 points for Ralph here tonight. As Rhodes brings the ball up for the Lady Buffs. Into the hands of Ashton Ralph, who dribbles, drives, and she's going to get fouled by Kinsley Cox, and that will be her fourth foul here tonight. And checking in for Cox is number 1, Macy Rhodes. As Philippi inbounds the ball to wide open Kylie Thompson, who puts up the shot. It is good. 7 points for Kylie Thompson tonight. Rhodes passes the ball down low to McCutcheon. Back up top to Nelson. Down low to Rhodes. Back to McCutcheon. McCutcheon passes it. Stolen by Cammie Johnson, who dribbles and finds a wide open Kylie Thompson down the court. Puts up the shot and blocked from behind by Morgan Rhodes. And Thompson gets the ball and puts it back up and in for DeHennis. Stolen by Garcia. Garcia dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. It is good. 13 points for Alicia Garcia here with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And checking in for the Lady Buffs is number 11, Sarah Beth Tundry. For number 5, Sabrina Nelson. Garcia brings the ball up. Brings the ball past midcourt over to Philippi. Philippi passes it down low to Thompson, who puts up the shot. And she's going to get fouled by Sarah Beth Tundry. That's going to be her first foul. So Kylie Thompson with 9 points here tonight. Looking to add 2 more at the free throw line. First free throw attempt is up, And gets the friendly roll. It's good. Second free throw is up and also good. $11 points for Thompson here tonight. As Morgan Rhodes pass intended for Macy Rhodes, stolen by Ashton Ralph, who lays it up. Rebounded by Garcia. Ralph gets a rebound, goes back up. Rebounded by Thompson, who puts it back up. And it's good. Macy Rhodes over to McCarty. McCarty to Tundry, who puts up the shot. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson finds Ashton Ralph down the court. And over her head, out of bounds. Ball will go over to the Lady Buffs. And the Cowgirls will send in Cooper Zachary, Marina Aguilar, Peyton Beard, Sage Everett. And Ashton Ralph will remain on the floor for your Cowgirls. And the Utopia Lady Buffs will call timeout, so we're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching the Hennis Cowgirl basketball. We'll be right back.
Cowboy Pest Control Services. With over 18 years experience in the pest control industry, Dale Zare with Cowboy Pest Control Services has seen and solved every insect issue that you may be facing. From ants, roaches to spiders and scorpions, Dale has solved them all. And when termites are found, Dale can deal with them also. Call or text 830-931-5542 and talk to Dale about any insect-related problem you may be having. And he will get to work fixing it fast and at a fair price. Also, if you need a wood-destroying insect report for the sale of property, he does that too. Best of luck to the Cowboys and Cowgirls from Cowboy Pest Control Services.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Roy Cow Gymnasium, third quarter. The Hennis leading 39-8 over the Utopia Lady Buffs with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. On the floor for your Cowgirls, Ashton Ralph, Cooper Zachary, Marina Aguilar, Peyton Beard, and Sage Everett. Shot is up and good. Zachary inbounds the ball to Ralph. Ralph dribbles down the court. Wide open Zachary. Bounce pass up top to Ralph. Ralph gets a screen from Everett. Dribbles, drives. And they're going to say that she took an extra step, that she lost control. And Riley McCutcheon inbounds the ball to Macy Rhodes. Rhodes and McCarty. Guarded by Aguilar. Over to Rhodes in the corner. Guarded by Beard. Stolen by Ashton Ralph. And Ralph dribbles down the basket, towards the basket. Dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, and blocked by Morgan Rhodes. Stops the clock with 2 minutes and 52 seconds in the third quarter. As Cooper Zachary to inbound for the Hennis. Finds Ralph. Ralph dribbles. Down low to Zachary. Zachary goes up, blocked by Tundry into the hands of Beard. Beard over to Everett. Up top to Ralph. To Zachary, who dribbles, drives. And Zachary will get fouled by Riley McCutcheon. That's going to be her fourth foul. So Zachary to inbound. As number 13, Alexis Long checks in for Riley McCutcheon. Zachary inbounds the ball intended for Aguilar. Ball's knocked out of bounds by McCarty. Cowgirls will try again with 2 minutes and 32 seconds here in the third quarter. Zachary to Beard, who puts up the shot. And rebounded by Cooper Zachary. Swings it over to Ralph. Ralph up top to Everett. Over to Zachary. Inside of Beard. Beard back to Zachary. Over to Everett. Over to Ralph. Ralph dribbles, swings it over to Zachary, who puts up a three. And off. Loose ball. Possession tied up by Zachary and Long. And the ball will go over to the Lady Buffs with 2 minutes and 8 seconds. As Macy Rhodes brings the ball up for Utopia. Gives the ball back to McCarty. McCarty with the long distance three. Rebounded by Rhodes. Shot is up. Rebounded by Zachary. Bounce pass to Ralph. Ralph slows it down. Swings it back up top to Zachary. Over back to Ralph. Ralph dribbles. Cross court pass to Zachary. He puts up the shot. And off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Aguilar. Shot is up. Rebounded by Zachary. Loose ball picked up by Ralph. And Ralph goes up and gets fouled. They're going to call the foul number 40, Morgan Rhodes. That's going to be her third tonight. And shooting 2 free throw attempts is Ashton Ralph. First free throw is up and off the back of the rim. As number 4, Emily Wukamp and Sabrina Nelson check in for Sarah Bereth Tundry. Second free throw is up. And off the back of the rim, rebounded by Sabrina Nelson. Nelson fires it down the court to Wukamp. Wukamp dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. Rebounded by Beard. And they're going to call it a possession tie-up. Possession will go over to DeHennis with 1 minute and 21 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Zachary inbounds the ball to Ralph. Ralph dribbles. Swings it back up top to Zachary. Back to Ralph. Ralph will get fouled and sent to the free throw line. They're going to call the foul number 4, Emily Wukamp. That's going to be her first. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw is up. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Utopia. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up by Wukamp. Nelson dribbling. Guarded by Everett. Passes the ball to Wukamp. Intended. Stolen by Ralph. Ralph dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. And she's going to get fouled once again and sent back to the free throw line. As they're going to call the foul on number 4, Emily Wukamp. That's going to be her second tonight. With 44 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. First free throw is up and good. As Cammie Johnson will check in for Cooper Zachary. 6 points for Ashton Ralph here tonight. And she looks to add one more. Second free throw is up and also good. And Cooper Zachary will check back in for the shooter Ashton Ralph. Rhodes over to Nelson. Over to Wukamp who dribbles towards the baseline. And loses control into the hands of Peyton Beard. Utopia ball with 26 seconds here in the third quarter. Macy Rhodes the inbound. Bounce pass. And stolen by Beard. And they're going to say another tie-up. And they're going to call the foul. Number 13, Alexis Long. That's going to be her second foul. Stops the clock with 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Cowgirls in control, leading 42-10. And the Cowgirls are in the bonus. And checking back in for Utopia is number 11, Sarah Beth Tundry. As Peyton Beard with 2 free throw attempts coming up. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw attempt is off the side of the rim with 19 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Macy Rhodes brings the ball up for Utopia. Swings it over to McCarty. McCarty over to Tundry, who puts up the shot. And the three is good for Sarah Beth Tundry. Thompson with 8 seconds. Johnson swings it up top to Zachary. Over to Everett. Puts up the shot. And that'll be the end of the third quarter with your D'Hanis Cowgirls leading 43-13. We'll be back for fourth quarter action in just a minute.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is there to help you power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop.
Medina Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Primo Processing, located in Hondo, Texas, strives to find the finest, best prime meats and wild game available in the market. We care for all of our customers and maintain the strictest quality standard. Food brings us all together, and we want everyone to experience this feeling of togetherness over our delicious food. Come by our store or order online and have your food delivered straight to your door. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Located on Highway 90 on County Road 432 in Hondo, Texas, we pride ourselves in great customer service. We offer quality prime beef, Wagyu beef, fajitas, parisa, year-round wild game processing, guaranteed return of your meat, ranch pickup service, and gift baskets here at Primo Processing in Hondo, Texas.
McCarty with the ball. And she took an extra step. They're going to call traveling. Johnson. Over to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Rhodes. Pass down low to Thompson. And they're going to call the foul on number 11, Sarah Beth Tundry. That's going to be her second tonight. Garcia passes to Philippi. Guarded by Cox. Back to Garcia. Garcia dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. Gets her own offensive rebound, puts up the shot. And rebounded by Cox. Stolen by Garcia. Garcia dribbles, lays it up, and it is good.
Yeah, Ruby! Way to go, Coach!
And Cammie Johnson with the steal. Bounce pass to Thompson, who puts up the shot. It is good. And head coach Jose Martinez will call timeout just to get a substitution in. And checking into the game tonight is number 35, Ruby Joyner, for Kylie Thompson with 6 minutes and 18 seconds. And Morgan Rhodes, the inbound to Kinsley Cox for the Lady Buffs. Alicia Garcia, Cammie Johnson, Ruby Joyner, Riley Philippi, Ashton Ralph on the floor for your Cowgirls. Rhodes, inside pass, deflected into the hands of Garcia. Garcia. Over to Philippi. Back up top to Garcia. Garcia looking for Ruby Joyner. And the ball goes out of bounds. Over back to Utopia. 5:48 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Rhodes brings the ball up for the Lady Buffs. Rhodes bounce pass to Nelson. Nelson over to Macy Rhodes. Back over to Nelson. Into the hands of Morgan Rhodes. And McCutcheon dribbles and drives, puts up the shot, rebounded by Philippi. Garcia brings the ball up the court for DeHennis. Over to Johnson. Ralph dribbles, and they're going to say she took an extra step. She traveled. Ball will go back over to Utopia with 5:13 remaining here in the game. Rhodes brings the ball up for the Lady Buffs. Fires it into Cox underneath the basket. It is good. Garcia over to Johnson. Johnson down low to Joyner. Joyner puts up the shot. It is good for Ruby Joyner. And she makes her first career basket. Shot is blocked by Riley Philippi. Garcia. Over to Johnson. Johnson dribbles, bounce pass to Joyner, who puts up the shot off the side of the rim. Ball's given back to Joyner, who puts up the shot. Rebounded by Lady Buffs. Joyner once again, back-to-back buckets for Ruby Joyner. And stolen by Garcia. Fires it to Johnson. Johnson goes up, and they're going to call the foul on number 40, Morgan Rhodes. That's going to be her fourth foul. Three minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Cammie Johnson's first free throw is up and off the side of the rim. And mass substitutions coming in for the Cowgirls. That's Peyton Beard, Marina Aguilar, Cooper Zachary, and Sage Everett check in for Philippi, Garcia, Joyner, and Ralph. Second attempt from Johnson is up. And off the side of the rim, ball will go over to the Lady Buffs. Utopia inbounds the ball as Morgan Rhodes brings the ball up. Bounce pass down low. Back up top. Three is put by Rhodes. Rebounded by Aguilar. Loose ball picked up by Beard. And tied up by Riley McCutcheon. As Ashton Ralph checks back in. And the three is up and good for the Lady Buffs. Ralph. Loose ball picked up by Ralph. Up to Zachary. Down low to Beard. Beard bounce pass to Ralph. Ralph dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. Gets her own offensive rebound, goes, swings it back to Zachary. He puts up a three. And tie up on the floor. Bounce pass to Aguilar, puts up the shot. Rebounded by Zachary. Back over to Beard. Beard, bounce pass to Zachary. Zachary to Aguilar. Aguilar, back to Zachary. Over to Ralph. Zachary dribbles down the baseline, loses control of the ball, and the ball will go over to Utopia with 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in the game. Minutes and 35 seconds as Zachary to inbound for the Hennis. Over to Everett. Everett guarded by Rhodes. Finds Ralph towards the middle, dribbles, drives, puts up the shot. And Ashton Ralph will head back to the free throw line. And she's going to get fouled by Morgan Rhodes. And that'll be her fifth. Actually, they're going to call the foul on Kinsley Cox. And that'll be her fifth. Actually, they reversed it. That it's not on Cox. And they're going to call the foul on Morgan Rose, and that is her fifth. Free throws up and good. As Kinsley Cox brings the ball up for the and she'll get 3 free throws. They're going to call the foul. Number 3, Ashton Ralph. It's her second. So 3 free throws coming up for Emily Woocamp. First free throw is up and off the side of the rim. Second free throw is off the front of the rim. As Woocamp attempts free throw number 3. It's up and good. Zachary to inbound to Ralph. Back to Zachary. Over to Ralph. Ralph dribbles. Back over to Everett. Over to Zachary up top. Back to Ralph. Over to Everett. Down low to Aguilar, who puts up the shot. Rebounded by Nelson. And then tied up. Actually, they're going to call the foul. Number 20, Marina Aguilar. That's going to be her first. As Nelson to inbound to Kinsley Cox. Cox over to Rhodes. Bounce pass intended for McCutcheon. Back into the hands of Cox. Shot is up by Nelson. Off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Beard. Ralph. brings the ball up the court for the Cowgirls. Swings it over to Everett, to Zachary. Aguilar puts up the shot, and it is good. 2 points for Marina Aguilar. And the three is up by Woocamp and off the side of the rim, rebounded as Ralph brings the ball up for the Hennis. Swings it over to Zachary. 45 seconds remaining here in the game. Bounce pass to Everett. Everett loses control and will remain with the Cowgirls as number 23, Kaden McCarty, checks back in for Utopia for Macy Rhodes with 39 seconds. Zachary inbounds the ball to Everett. Over to Ralph. Ralph dribbles, drives, puts up the shot, and one. Well, actually, they're going to call the offensive foul on Ashton Ralph. They're going to wave off the basket. Nelson inbounds the ball to Cox. Shot is up. Rebounded by Aguilar. And they're going to call the foul on number 3, Riley McCutcheon. And that'll be her 5th foul. Cooper Zachary, Ashton Ralph, Sage Everett, Peyton Beard, and Marina Aguilar on the floor for your Cowgirls with 20 seconds remaining here in the game. Everett over to Zachary. As Ralph splits 2 defenders. Up top to Zachary. And your Dennis Cowgirls will be victorious 56-19 over the Utopia Lady Buffs. So once again, we'll be back for game number 2 in just a minute. Once again, congratulations to Alicia Garcia on scoring her 1,000th career points. She was celebrated at halftime. So we'll be right back.